Okay, well, I just finished reviewing this essay, an essay from this question for someone else, and so I'm on a roll. I'll continue. Same question in some areas of the U.S. A curfew, in quotes, is imposed during which teenagers are not allowed to be outdoors after a particular time at night, unless they are accompanied by no. What is your opinion on this? Now, this type of question, what is your opinion on this? This is unique to the general training IELTS task 2. You wouldn't find a question with this wording in an academic essay. And it's tough because it's not really clear about what it's asking you to do. What is your opinion? I suppose they want you to, well, express a balanced essay, like always, that looks at the positive and negative aspects of a curfew. That's what I would do. And before we look at it, this one here, let's take a look at the band descriptors. Now, what I say here is specific to this essay. I've already read it. Does your writing address the question with well-supported ideas? Now, address the question. What does that mean? Well, it means, who are we talking about? We're talking about teenagers in the U.S. Teenagers. Where in the U.S.? When? Now? And are the ideas supported with reasons, examples, consequences, logic? Okay, is your writing organized using paragraphs? We'll see that as a problem in this essay. Are you trying too hard to use uncommon vocabulary without really understanding what the words mean exactly? And yes, this writer does. Accuracy in grammar. Okay, so right from the start, adolescents and teenagers are not the same thing. Adolescents are, I'd say 12 to 14 years old, maybe 15. Adolescence is that time of life where our body goes from being a child to an adult. And by the time you're 16, 17, your body is pretty much an adult. Not your mind, but your body is. Are restricted from going. Restricted. Not restricted, are prohibited from going out. This without a supervision of an adult part is inconsequential. It's not important. Okay, the first sentence of the essay should introduce the idea. And the idea is curfews. In general, really, curfews. Are they appropriate? And so I'd like to see that instead of just a strict paraphrasing of the first sentence. Is the best course of action? Is a curfew a course of action? This is things that we should do. This is a policy. It's some rules. Rules are not a course of action. In such situations, well, what? Such means referring back to something that you've already talked about. What situations? Such. To ensure. And there's that word again. Ensure means make sure the teenagers are safe. And prevent them from involving in. You want to say being involved in. Antisocial activities. Once again, antisocial activities would include, dyeing your hair purple and wearing funny clothes and being being annoyed with your parents. It's not crime. Okay. So now, look at the first sentence of this next paragraph. Your first sentence should be a topic sentence. If you don't use topic sentences, you're limited to 5 or 6 in cohesion and coherence. Some areas are crime prone, and children, I'm not talking about children, teenagers, are prevented from getting out after a certain hour at night. When the dogs are going crazy, a certain hour at night here in Yangon. Um, Teenagers are, okay, well, you're repeating the first part of the question. And is this a topic sentence? No. Okay. If you want to talk about crime, well, say that. Say, the first reason why I think that a curfew is a good idea is because of crime. This is because are more prevalent at night than at daytime. One thing about English and its use of prepositions and time is that we say at night, but we don't say at day. We say during the day or in the daytime. So more prevalent at night than during the day. And actually, since there's only two, you don't even need that. You just get rid of it. Say, are more prevalent at night, period. Illegal activities, such as drug dealing, or murders, often happen at night, as criminals feel nobody would see them. No, they think this. So you don't use would here, you would use will, because it's a real conditional. Will see them, and they will not be caught or won't be caught. If teenagers go out at night without accompanying any adult. Okay, now the adults accompany the youth, the teenager. The teenagers don't accompany the adult. So you got that backwards. They may be persuaded to indulge in these criminal activities, such as murder, due to their gullible nature. Hey, young man, you want to kill someone? Therefore, to keep teenagers safe from such miscreants who would otherwise be responsible for their headstrong behavior. That is blue because it's incoherent. Safe from such miscreants. So the miscreants, the criminals, would otherwise be responsible for the teenagers. Yeah, it's incoherent. Therefore, parents or guardians should not let them go out at night unsupervised. The reason it's pink here, task response, does this address the question? It's a curfew. Curfew is imposed by the police, by the government. It's not about parents letting kids go out at night. I wish it were. At this young age, what young age? Teenagers have inquisitive mind, and they often feel curious to try their hands in different things if their peers are also doing the same things. Okay, so the reason it's blue is this the topic sentence of this paragraph? Okay, no. You want to talk about peer pressure, okay? What does that have to do with inquisitive minds? During this stage of growth, young people are influenced by their peers. Okay, that would be a topic sentence. For instance, are influenced, don't use get, to try drugs or alcohol. All right? These activities take place after school hours. Yeah, I remember in high school getting 4 o'clock, go over to a friend's house, smoke some pot and do bad things. Oh yeah. Okay, yes, after school, during the day. However, till late at night after school, they will not indulge in such activities. Okay. Yeah, you can see how that doesn't follow. After school and late at night are not the same thing. It is best suited. Once again, you're using vocabulary that doesn't fit, not to allow teenagers to remain after a particular time at night to instigate their safety. No, that's not what instigate means. Ensure, we'll use ensure again. Okay. In conclusion, criminal activities and wrongdoings, such as drug and alcohol consumption. Drinking alcohol is technically not a crime by teenagers, are the causes, no, are the reasons as to why it is considered best. Is that what this essay is about? No, it is what is your opinion. What is your opinion about this? It is considered. That's a nice bit of grammar, but the reason we use passive, is considered, is to separate ourselves from the idea. It is considered by others, not by me. So it's best for you to say, as to why I consider it best that they should not be allowed to leave the home. My cat. What is this particular hour? Is it 9 o'clock? Is it 11 o'clock? Last essay I read said 7 o'clock. My goodness. All right, and then this is unnecessary detail. Okay, so once again, you're trying too hard to use uncommon vocabulary. It's making you it's confusing. Your ideas are not well supported. Okay, what is this about? The idea that criminal activities are more prevalent at night, that's supported, sure. Okay, but they're gullible, kind of drawing a conclusion, isn't it? Yeah, so it's not supported there. And then this is really not supported with the daytime after school thing. And your paragraphs are not well organized. So I hope that doesn't bring you down too much. You do have a good vocabulary. You have a broad range of words that you know. You just have to use them in the correct places. All right, good luck.